It's a cloudy day. This is my lilac, and look, I spy some buds. I don't know if lilac buds get zapped from the freeze. I haven't covered it. So here's what it looks like. I don't think it's fully out all the way. There's some more over there. They're so tiny. This is supposed to be a dwarf shrub. I am so excited. These lilac bulbs, I think, are finally officially blooming. I mean, I was out here yesterday and they didn't look like this. They've taken a long time to bud out. Look at how those have white coming out on them. Beautiful. So the scientific name is Syringa pubescens patula. So syringa is from the Greek word syrinx, which means tube, because the stem, when the spongy pith is removed from the stem, it leaves a hollow tube that can be used for pan pipes. Seriously, like, I'm gonna have to play with that. The lilac is in the Oleaceae family. Oleaceae. It's the olive or lilac family. Pubescens means to become hairy, downy, or an adult. Okay, it means kind of like it sounds. Oh my. I'm not going there. And the species of patula means with a spreading habitat. My lilac, Miss Kim, so this is called a Lilac Miss Kim, is a dwarf deciduous shrub, so that means it loses its leaves. And I bought it in 2021. This is 2024, and I have never cut it back. But I believe I'll begin cutting it back this year after it's done blooming. This is a slow-growing shrub, which is a good thing for this old person who does not want to work as much in the garden as in her younger days. The flower panicles should be deadheaded at least. So I need to at least deadhead these panicles when they're done blooming. It's deadheading the panicles will increase blooms next year. Right after the blooms are finished is also the time to prune, because the shrub blooms on old wood, much like my forsythia. So it's blooming now on old wood, and I think this up here is new wood. So as soon as it's done blooming, it's going to start shooting up a lot of new growth, and that's where it will bloom next year. So most of the growth happens within 60 days of blooming. So prompt pruning should be a thing. I do want to keep my lilac a certain height, so I knew pruning would eventually be necessary. So I put it in this corner, and you see that's 6 feet tall, and I don't really want it to get 6 feet tall. I put it in the corner of these two fences kind of as an anchor to this area. So I want it to get a little large, but not too large. So I believe when I prune it, it will encourage new branches to shoot out, which will contain the flowers next year. And I do want to avoid severe pruning, as I've read that this might set back the blooms. Look at it blowing in the wind. I love it. Another thought I might do, I'll have to think about, is that I could prune this more like a tree by removing the lower limbs. I don't know. Right now I'm kind of content as a shrub shape. So Lilac Miss Kim gets 6 to 8 feet tall, and that's too tall for my liking. So the fence is 6 feet tall, and I really don't want it to get that high. But maybe about 4 to 5 feet tall. Not much taller than it is. So the common lilac, called Syringa vulgaris, is much taller. This Lilac Miss Kim is a dwarf bush, but it doesn't look dwarf to me. I don't know how they can call 8-foot tall dwarf. So the blooms are lilac purple, but this one down here is more like an ice violet. I love it. It's like this is not fully bloomed out yet, and this is almost there, and it smells so good. Look what I found. It is totally ice white. Oh wow, it's down here below and it's all bloomed out. See the little flowers? So this is purple and not all the way bloomed out, and this is even more purple, so it's further from being bloomed out. Oh, I'm learning so much. Look at this one. It's like pink and white. I love that they have different colors in different stages of blooming. So each panicle is 3 to 5 inches long, so they're not super big. Oh, but they smell so good. They bloom on branch tips and are often in pairs. Oh, look, it is. Okay, see here? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. See how that is the tip of a branch, and we got one going this way and one going that way. Oh look, yep, there's a branch tip and there's two. Oh, there's two here, although this one's short. Apparently these are oval leaves and they turn burgundy in the autumn. Now I really don't even remember that in previous years that they turned burgundy, but I'm going to watch this year. And I have some notes about my first lilac. You can go to the website and see photos of it. It lasted quite a few years, but then I think I weeded it. It was a boomerang dwarf pink lilac. I cannot tell you how good these smell. I absolutely love these. I'm having to move the branches back to find them all. It's like a scavenger hunt. Oh, see? Look what's back there. I'm looking at the leaves and I like how they're kind of wavy. Look at the shape of them. How they're wavy and wispy. They just are so delightful.